to another episode of the Gamers Pass podcast. We are on level 13, which we're having tons of fun talking about gaming and just everything that we want to talk about. We just talk about because it's fun. And joining me today, we have Lightsy. Lightsy, how you doing today?
Better than last week.
Better. Why?
I'm not tired.
Okay, excellent. What have you been playing this week?
Yesterday I played a lot of Pokemon Go because it's Go Fest this weekend, so
Okay,
I bought a ticket for that.
What's Go Fest and you bought a ticket?
Yeah.
What you talk about, Willis?
It's like their yearly gaming festival for Pokemon Go.
Okay.
Usually it's in person and they'll set it up in like a big park somewheres and drop in a whole bunch of event gyms and Pokemon stops and set up like team lounges and stuff, and they'd have like the YouTubers come and be influencers at the lounges and stuff for their
Okay, that sounds cool.
It's pretty fun.
So
Yeah.
where did you go to be part of that, or did you do it on computer? Because I know you can do a computer thing.
Yeah, so this this year they've done it globally. It's like remote for the pandemic. Same with last year. All of the events that they had planned last year, they ended up pushing out so that the players who had their tickets could play their events in their own cities instead of missing out on the money and events that they had been planning on doing, right?
Was there one in your city then?
No, like not officially.
Okay.
Last year, I had bought a ticket to go down to the Safari Zone in Philadelphia.
Oh.
But because the borders closed and stuff, I couldn't go there, and a lot of people couldn't travel. So they just released the event so that instead of having to be in Philadelphia for everything, they just released it so globally, as per the accounts that had the tickets for the events.
Okay. So are the tickets expensive at all?
For this weekend, it's $6.99.
Okay.
So it's not too bad.
No, that's really good. Yeah. Cool. Alrighty, anything else?
No.
Cool. Lee Everett joining us again today. Lee, how are you making out, sir?
I'm doing great, thanks. How are you?
Fantastic as always. What are you playing, or what have you been playing this week?
Well, shamefully, I've been playing...
Oh, League of Legends. Oh, Fortnite?
No, Fortnite in preparation for your stream.
Yes.
But I still sucked anyway, so...
So did I.
Great.
Well, that's... Anything else?
To be honest, that was the main thing. Yeah.
All right, cool. So, those of you that may not know, I decided on Thursday I'm going to play Fortnite again. Just a big thing, do custom matches, all that stuff. And we did. And I honestly didn't like it. I loved playing with everybody, but the game itself, I don't know. It just didn't feel right. It wasn't really fun.
It's changed a lot.
It desperately has changed, and I don't know. Fortnite's not for me overall. It's not for an old dude like myself. I guess it's more for kids and stuff. I don't even think my 11-year-old likes it, and he's a huge Fortnite thing. I had to buy him LeBron James and V-Bucks and all this stupid stuff, but it was just the environments, the gunplay, the gameplay, and it's not because it's Fortnite. It's just the game itself just didn't feel fun. And with all honesty, I was done. We're done streaming, and I was just like, ooh, yikes, because I wanted to play Friday as well 2 days ago, but didn't happen. And so, and I do apologize for that. As my wife did have the day off, so we just hung out together, but. I don't know. I wanted to maybe possibly add it into the rotation, and I don't know if I'm going to. Just as a heads up, but we will get some games that we all can play together and all of that stuff. Myself though, all I've been playing, I started Crackdown 3 yesterday. I've been Crackdown 2. I thoroughly enjoyed Crackdown 3. It seems like it's kind of a normal Xbox game and not I'm talking pre Xbox 360, Xbox One, Xbox Series X. It's just a generic dumbed down game. I think they spent all their money on promoting Terry Crews, and they did into putting it into the game, and that's it. But it's on Game Pass, and it's just all right. Well, let's just fart around and play it, and it's all right, I guess, but not so great. I was playing Ori and the Will of the Wisp. I stopped playing that though, and I think there was a couple others I've been playing on just basically Game Pass. But yesterday, The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD popped out, and I did already have it on pre-order, so I had to buy it. And I thoroughly enjoy Legend of Zelda. Anyways, I never got to play Skyward Sword when I had a Wii, and I was telling Lightsy before we started, this came with it, and it's just an envelope, and it had a couple cards in it. And so what I did is I opened it up, and I looked at it, and I was like, oh, well, this is stupid. Why'd they give me 3 of the same thing? And I didn't even pay attention to the other side, and I said, that's how dumb I am. So they actually came with these other lithographs or whatever that look really fantastic. And there's only 3 of them, but honestly, I just had to flip them over to see what it was, and instead of saying, well, that was a total waste of time. I was going to go online and everything. It's like, well, what was the point of these? Blah, blah, blah. And I didn't, which would have been awesome. Alrighty, here we go. Guys, I want to jump into right away, and we're going to talk about this whole Valve, the Steam Deck. Did you guys hear much about the Steam Deck at all?
I heard it mentioned, and I saw the pictures of it, but I didn't get around to actually looking at it until this morning.
So this is actually really amazing. Months ago, it was rumored. And then this past week, they finally announced it. And what it is a Nintendo Switch for Steam. And to play all your Steam games. I have almost 800 games in my Steam, which would be kind of cool to be able to play them. But this is what it says. Valve has announced the Steam Deck, a handheld gaming PC that runs your entire Steam library, but is still a PC and can do other stuff too. And it starts at just $399, which is actually really good. In Canada, a Nintendo Switch is $399. It goes on to say, this is IGN. I think it was Ryan McCaffrey that tweeted this out. I played it at Valve last week. First details on Steam Deck has a 7-inch 1280 by 800 resolution, 60 hertz LCD screen, and a custom AMD APU featuring a 4-core, 8-thread CPU paired with an 8 RDNA 2 compute units for the GPU, and 16 gigs of RAM. Better than your new laptop, Lee. And then, practically speaking, that makes it a substantial amount stronger than the Switch, allowing it to run modern games impressively as well. This is huge. Those that do play strictly PC, and you can't lug around this giant monitor and computer and all that stuff, but to have an actual handheld system that's really strong to play all your PC games. The only thing I want to know is, can I put it like through an HDMI cable out to the PC? I didn't get to read up on that stuff. I don't like sitting there playing handheld stuff overall, but to have access to my Steam library, I think that would be phenomenal. Rock some Valheim, or just right there on in my living room. Lightsy, is this something that interests you? Because I think you have Steam and Steam games and all that stuff, don't you?
Yeah, I have some Steam games. I play, I've got Stardew on there, and Dead by Daylight.
Yes.
I think are the basic 2 that I play from Steam the most. But yeah, like to play Dead by Daylight, I guess, portably, and it's on the Switch, but I haven't played it on the Switch, and like,
yeah,
I don't know, who knows.
Who knows? So this is something that might possibly interest you?
It might.
Yeah.
Like, the thought of it being like a little mini computer, essentially, would probably be more of like a selling factor.
Yep.
Like, not just being able to play the games, but that it's a little computer on the go as well.
For sure, yeah. Lee! Now, is this something that would excite you? Now, it does other stuff other than just, of course, play Steam games, but is this something that would interest you as well?
Well, it feels like there should be some sort of catch, because this sounds like really good.
Yeah. Almost
like
too good to be true is what you're saying?
yeah.
Okay.
Like you say, like surely there's something to it, like because I expected there'll be complications, I guess,
Okay.
to have something that is basically as strong as a PC in a handheld device.
Yep.
Like like you don't even have like phones that can do that, and they're basically made to be handheld PCs. B- like in some senses, but having one that's put towards gaming, so a gaming PC is quite high end,
Yeah.
and putting that into a handheld device, like there's got to be some complications that come with that.
We'll see. That's actually a good point. Now, it did
Mm,
say run modern games impressively well is the terms they
yeah,
used.
and also to have it at the price that you said, that like that's
Yeah,
seems
I just
extraordinarily
found an
cheap.
article that says that there's going to be 3 different models of
Yep.
it. That the cheapest one, the 64 gigabytes of storage is $399,
Right.
whereas the one with 512 gigabytes of storage
It's like
is
490.
649.
Right. And so
So-
doesn't it go on to say in that article, Lightsy, that I was going to hop into that as well. Doesn't it say that you can actually put in a micro SD card as well to expand the storage? I thought that was one of the other things they had mentioned. So you could get the smaller storage version, and then just
Possibly. It also says that there's no in-game difference between the 3 models. It's
right.
just
Okay. So
storage.
I don't think this is a game where you're going to run any Call of Duty like Modern Warfare or whatever, or whatever it is, the giant online mode that takes 100 gigs with every new patch and update, which is crazy. So we'll see what happens with that. One of the big concerns, of course, with Nintendo Switch is the Joy-Con drift, and a lot of people have issues with that. And I think Nintendo has a class action suit against them, or it's in the works, or whatever. But Valve is strongly confident there will not be any drift with the controller. Now, if you look at it, of course, it does look like a Nintendo Switch, of course, but not with like the blue and red and all that stuff. It actually looks like just a gaming box. That's it. Nothing fancy about it or anything like that. I don't think the controller's detached from the side. I believe it's all encased into one.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it.
Yeah, and so they are strongly confident that it will not have any Joy-Con drift. Now, Lightsy, have you discovered any drift, or have you had any drift issues with your Nintendo?
I don't play with my Joy-Cons very often.
Yeah, I don't either.
So I didn't notice anything too bad with them.
Mm-hmm.
But like, just from playing with my Pro controller, like,
Sure.
just the wear of it and playing with it has given it a little bit of drift. But
So, Lee, I think the last time we talked about Joy-Con drift and stuff, you've experienced a little bit,
Yeah.
which is crazy because you have a new Switch.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
And you don't have a Pro controller yet, right?
No, I don't. It's the right Joy-Con that does that. The left one doesn't do it. It's the right one.
Wow, that's so weird. I don't know if I've really experienced any like Lightsy said, I really don't play handheld whatsoever. So we'll see with Valve. We'll see what they do. It's supposed to be out this holiday, guys. I think it's supposed to be out this December. People pre-ordered. I know some IGN staffers had some issues trying to pre-order, and then they pre-ordered, but their card wasn't charged, and they didn't get a confirmation, but yet they got it or something. So there's some confusion going on. So we'll see what's up. I don't know, but either way, that's pretty darn exciting. I do want to know if it can actually go to an HD TV, because I think that would be fantastic as well. Kind of like a docking station. So I believe it is also set up where peripherals can be added to it. So that may be huge, and this could be a very, very awesome thing for many people. Guys, I want to jump into the NBA 2K21 or 22 because I know you guys are major basketball fans, and you're watching the finals that are going on right now. You're dialed in. There is a WNBA player named Candace Parker who I thoroughly enjoy. She was on NBA on TNT. I watched her play ball. She is actually gracing the cover of NBA 2K22, which is massive. She'll be the first woman and the first ever WNBA player to grace the cover of NBA 2K series. Now, I know there's other covers as well. There's like a Legends cover and stuff like that, but she is going to be on the cover, which I think is so freaking awesome. And if you ever watch her talk or her interviews and stuff, she just seems like a genuinely amazing person. So huge hats off to Candace Parker. Now, do you guys know, have you guys ever heard of her? I was just kidding, of course, that you guys are huge basketball fans. And
No, I just looked her up.
all right, cool. No, and that's good. Look her up because she's fantastic. She really is an amazing person. And so huge shout out to Candace Parker. Congratulations. And I've been playing NBA 2K since the very first one came out. That's why I traded my PS2 for a Sega Dreamcast, because the NBA 2K game was on my Sega Dreamcast, and I loved it, and I've been playing every one since. And so I'm also a huge basketball fan. So that's marvelous news. And of course, any athlete who gets to grace a cover of a game, that's always huge news anyways, and good for their career. Lee, how about you?
I know very little about it.
I know. You're also in the UK, and basketball, I'm not sure how huge is basketball in the UK.
It's not really a big thing here.
No. All right. Well, it's picked up in Canada a lot. So I think it was 96 the Raptors showed up, and basketball, I was already heavy into basketball by that time anyways, and then of course the Raptors won in 2019 the NBA Finals, and that was just wonderful. That was great news. All right, so I do want to talk about this a little bit because there's some other sketchy news, kind of not news, but talk around there. A sealed copy of my favorite game of all time, Super Mario 64, has just sold for $1.56 million at an auction, making it the most valuable game collectible of all time. And I do have a fully boxed copy. It's not in excellent condition, but James Mucklin is the one who gave it to me. He sent it to me in one of his James boxes, which was awesome. But guys, 1.56 million. Lightsy, you heard about this, eh?
Yeah. That was insane.
Yeah, what did you think though? Like, and we'll discuss some of the stuff I've heard, but
I don't know. It's insane. Like that someone would pay that much just for a sealed thing. Like, I mean, I know it's a collector's item and people do that, but just for the sole purpose of having it sit in that box.
Yeah, exactly. They'll probably never open it. I wouldn't, depending on the person who bought it, I guess. Lee, did you hear about this?
A little bit, yeah, but it's crazy.
I wouldn't do it, but if I had millions upon millions of dollars, I'd just whatever. I'll buy all of this stuff. And
if that was chicken change to me.
Yeah, chicken change. I never even heard of that. That's awesome. So one of the talks I heard, and people actually explained it out, was this is money laundering at its finest. And really? And I didn't do any research on it and like any of that stuff, but that's how, because you have dirty money and it's got to be washed. And so what better way to do it is throw it into some sort of auction and something like that and pay for it that way. And I was just like, what? There's no way somebody corrupt would do that to my precious Super Mario 64 and the gaming community. No one would ever do that. But obviously I'm being naive to that. But I couldn't imagine. And
for it to be something that public too.
Yeah, exactly. Now, do you guys ever watch the show Ozarks? Have you watched it? It's a Netflix original.
I think I
Jason Bateman
tried to.
It is amazing. And so the gist of it, Jason Bateman has to basically wash the money. He's got to launder it. And it's so freaking good. It's gritty. It's dirty. Lee, I highly suggest you watch it. It's so freaking good. And that's instantly what I thought. And there's actually a lot of it with money laundering and that. So I can see it. I can see it. Like, no one would really shine a light on this except for $1.5 million for a signed or for a sealed copy of a game that's considered one of the most revolutionary games of all time. That obviously someone's going to look into that, I would assume. But that's the way to do it. If you're going to launder money, just throw it into auctions, I guess. I'm not heavy into money laundering or really know anything about it. But that's crazy. Anyways, that's pretty fantastic. And congrats to Nintendo, I guess, for their top games. Lee, you look like you got something there. Or are you just searching up Ozarks?
No. I'm looking that up.
You're updating your watch list on Netflix right now.
Yeah. Sure.
Awesome. All right, guys, let's continue moving on. We'll get into. We're just covering some new stuff right now. Introducing the new Elgato Face Cam, a professional optics in a webcam form factor, perfectly engineered to make you look amazing. Now, Lightsy's using her webcam. She said she spent $25 on it, and the webcam looks fantastic. I think mine was like $80 or $70 or whatever it was.
Let's not talk about mine.
And Lee costs, actually yours was a few $100s, I would assume, your webcam, because it came inside of a laptop, right?
Yes.
Yeah, all right, and that's fine. Lee, it looks all right. I'm sure it's not the professional optics that the new Elgato can give, but Lightsy and I were chatting about this for a little bit, and the highest quality is a 1080p 60. Now that's amazing. 1080p 60 is fantastic. It looks great, but why not 4K? Why not have that capability of doing the 4K or the resolution of, what is it, 2040 for a higher resolution? But it's the optics. So here's some of the stats. The Elgato Prime lens, all glass. Focus range is 30 to 120 centimeters, which is 11.8 to 47.2 inches. The aperture is 2.4, which is all right. I would assume it'd be a little bit smaller for the aperture, but focal length is 24 millimeters, full frame equivalent. Field of view 82 degrees. Diagonal sensor is a Sony Starvis CMOS. USB connection 3.0, dimensions, blah blah blah, all of that stuff. So Elgato's pumping out stuff. If you follow our main man A to Z of gaming, Gaz, I believe he guessed it right off the bat when Elgato was saying, "Hey, what's new coming up on new Elgato?" Blah blah blah. And so they kept tweeting about it, and Gaz was just like, "It's a face cam. It's a face cam." So he kind of knew what was going on. And Gaz is a huge supporter of Elgato. I've got a couple Elgato items. I got a Stream Deck. I got the HD 60, stuff like that. I do want to get the green screen, but we'll see what's up.
It looked like they had announced a new Stream Deck as well when this Steam Deck was announced.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was finding when I was looking up for the Steam Deck. Yep. I kept getting Stream Deck instead.
I know they have like a Stream Deck XL, which is huge and has like 30 buttons instead of my 15 buttons, but if 30 or more. The Stream Deck's really fantastic, and Elgato's really tapped into streamers, and they kind of know what we need and all that stuff. It's just in Canada, Elgato is expensive. It really is. Just his green screen alone is $200, and where I paid for a green blanket at Fabricville. I think it was $10.
I was gonna say, when you can just go to Fabricville and get a couple yards for like $20.
That's it. Yeah, I think I spent $20. It's like a stretchy material that's actually really green, and it works perfect. I used it for years. It's making a comeback tomorrow's stream, which is awesome. So, yeah. But I would like to have one where I could just lift up, set it up, we're good, and then when I'm done, put it back down instead of a big contraption in my room. But my room's a giant mess anyways. Lee, have you looked into any of the Elgato stuff, or...
I mean, like I guess I'm more disconnected from the Elgato stuff. So,
sure. Yeah, you don't stream or anything yet.
Yeah,
no.
I was gonna say that's to be expected because you aren't a streamer. But
now,
Lightsy probably never will be.
No, not yet. Anyways, we talked about a possible streaming platform for you.
Yeah. When hell freezes over.
That's hilarious.
I think we could fancy it.
We could wicked fancy it. Lightsy, what about you? Do you have any stream or Elgato items besides the?
No, I don't use Elgato.
You use just OBS too, don't you?
Yeah, OBS. My capture card for my Switch is the AverMedia,
Okay, excellent.
so I use the cheaper ones, but
Sure.
it still works.
Oh, no doubt. When I looked into for screen capture for streaming, all that stuff, I didn't know there was other ones other than there's Elgato, and then there's another top brand. I thought they were basically the only two. I didn't know that about the cheaper versions, so I kind of just stuck with the Elgato stuff. But cool. Alrighty, so that's that with the new face cam. We'll see where it goes and how awesome it looks. I'm not sure when it's out. I think it's coming out soon though. But I want to dive right in, and Lee, we are going to start with you because you had just purchased a new Nintendo Switch not too long ago. We were going to talk about this last week, and we just got extra long. So the new Nintendo Switch OLED, people are calling the SWOLED. Oh, what do you got, Lightsy?
I was just gonna say the Facecam doesn't have a built-in microphone.
Oh, it doesn't? I thought it did.
No, it does not. Or
Okay.
maybe I'm reading this wrong, and that is for the Dell.
I'm not sure.
I don't know.
Either way, having a new option for a camera, but it is, how much did we say it was? $200 US, which would probably $250, $300 here in Canada, which is sad. Sad face, which is probably $45 in the UK. So Lee, you're gonna have to buy some of the stuff and send it to me. All right, Lee. So did you hear the new SWOLED, Nintendo SWOLED, the Switch OLED, announced? Which I was super excited for at first. I was like, oh, let's go. Here it is, the Switch Pro. I'm ready to rock and roll. I'm tweeting it out, put it on Facebook. I messaged my wife, we got to get a new Nintendo Switch. Here it is. And then, Lee, what were your thoughts?
I mean, like, I don't know. I think part of me was expecting more. Which in a way is a good thing for me, because if it's not like over the top, here's everything new that's going to be exclusive to this, then it's not going to bum me out so much.
Sure.
I've just got one of the older Switches, which is good because you don't want to bring something new out and then alienate all the ones who already have the thing.
No, that's true.
Especially all those people during quarantine that went out and bought a second Switch. Or something as well.
Yeah, because if you make the previous one irrelevant like fairly immediately, then it's really hard to enjoy any of it, to be honest.
No, that's true.
So I like that people can get something new if they wanted it, but I like that it's not like over the top and doesn't alienate what I already have.
Sure. Excellent. Now, Lightsy, what were your thoughts?
I mean, I was like Lee. I was expecting a bit more processor or something, but
a stronger system. I think you and I were snapping each other back and forth regarding this whole new Nintendo.
Yeah. Like it. Other than the screen, it's basically just all dock upgrade.
Yeah.
Essentially, and like a new colorware coming out with the white.
I do like the white though. I do like the white.
I do too. Yeah.
I think it'll be hard to keep clean. Having grubby hands all over it.
Having grubby hands. I love it. Mine, I was so excited. I wanted the Switch Pro. I want the Switch Pro. I don't play handheld, but I want a game. Like when us three, we streamed Apex Legends. We knew right then and there the Switch was like, okay, we found our limit, and it's Apex Legends, which is kind of sad. And it's not strong enough. It needs to be stronger. Even some other games like Age of Calamity and all that stuff, when there's just too much stuff on the screen, you can just see the frame rate just sucks after a bit. And that is because the system is weak. Nintendo Switch is amazing. It's fun. It's exciting. The games are great. But we need a stronger Nintendo Switch. We need a Switch Pro, which I do want to see happen. But I thought this was it. I really did. And before even reading anything about it, And if you guys go, like you guys are both part of my personal Facebook, I had tweeted about it, and some other guys were saying, "Hey, this is really nothing new except for just an OLED screen and just an Ethernet port on the base, which should have came anyways."
Yeah.
I had to buy the actual the dongle for it to have that, so I had mine hooked up to the Ethernet. But and I was like, no, that's not true, and I had to go look, and I was just like, oh, that just sucked the wind out of my sails. That the new Nintendo Switch is basically just white and a couple upgrades to the base.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it was so disheartening.
I mean,
Did you?
yeah, go on.
Sorry, go ahead, Lee.
Okay. I think like for Nintendo's always like never been sort of trying to hit the highest marks with like the what you can do with it. Like I think what Nintendo's strong suit as is versatility.
Yep.
Like a whole different way to play. Which is what the Switch does. You can play it through your TV. You can play it handheld.
Yep.
There's so many different ways to play it, but it doesn't. But I wouldn't say that it focuses on the top, like the highest levels of gaming, pretty much.
Sure.
Not like PlayStation and Xbox do.
Yep. No, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Lightsy, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, did you see the news that's been circling around lately, where the new OLED neon red and blues on Walmart, the pre-orders, people were getting emails from Walmart saying that it was knocked down to $299 for how did they it was like basically for a competitive price match.
Wow, really?
But people don't know if it was an error, and they were like, someone went to them and was like, yo, price match this because it's the older style of Switch.
No, that could have been it for
people
sure.
Were getting like their $50 back and stuff.
Okay.
It's only for the red and blue, not the white though.
So they're coming out with a red and blue version of the OLED Nintendo Switch?
Yeah,
I didn't even see that.
There's a red and blue version and the white version.
All right, that's cool.
Yeah.
Now, does it look different from this one?
No.
Okay, so it's just all right. That's fine. Shoot. So, guys, those of you that are watching, what are your thoughts on the Nintendo Switch OLED? What were your thoughts? Is it great for you as a handheld player, which is amazing? Were you disappointed because you wanted the Pro? Leave some comments below there. Lee, what do you got? Oh, I thought you were going to say something. I do apologize. No. My apologies. All right, the main topic, guys. We got a special opening unboxing video as well coming from Lightsy in a little bit. But guys, we're gonna do a main topic, and this is games with the best story that you have experienced, and why. And Lee, I want to start with you. Out of the games you've been playing, and you have played other games as well, not just in the last few years that I've known you. What's the best story that you've ever experienced, and how come?
Like you mean like the story in game, like an in-game story?
Like what game for you was just like, oh, this was just amazing, great story, I loved it, blah blah blah, and at the end you were just like, wow, because when people read a book, when it's all done, they were just like, oh, that was such an awesome book, I'm glad I just plowed into it, I had to keep playing. Same thing with games, right? It's exactly the same experience, only it's more interactive and 10 times better than reading a book. And so, Lee, what games have really the story mode, I guess, has really impacted you? What's your favorite?
I mean, like, does it necessarily have to be one that I've played myself, or
No. You've watched a lot of streams and experienced games that way too. I think that's the whole part of one of the great things of being a streamer is, like, you can share in a story that even though you're personally playing, people are sitting there watching, enjoying as well.
Well, I think like it's a bit of an odd choice for me, I think, but I'd say the best story in-game story is probably Detroit Become Human.
Okay. Nice.
Because it's so like I just think it's so high quality, and there's an like you can see some like recurring flaws in like The Walking Dead, where it's like they give you the choice to do something, and then but when it comes back at the end, it doesn't really matter.
You're right. That it's
Um,
pretty linear. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. But with Detroit Become Human, like whichever choice you do, it does impact the whole story. And at the end, like there are so many different endings that you can go with,
Yep.
and like um, and seeing how like the different characters develop in that story, I just think it's great, and it
Excellent.
looks great as well.
It does look good. I believe your new laptop too, Lee, should be able to handle. I think it's out on PC, isn't it? Is
I
Detroit
believe
Become Human?
so.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. But if I'm pretty sure your laptop will be able to handle it, that may be something you could probably get cheap on Steam. You might as well start your Steam account now, sir. Get some of those free games.
Yeah, sure.
Any other game?
I mean, like I do enjoy The Walking Dead, but
Sure.
that's more for nostalgia.
Yep.
But yeah, it's a good story regardless.
Sure. Excellent. All right, Lightsy, how about you? What game or games have you experienced story wise? It was just like, wow, this is just amazing, and why?
So my first thoughts, I kind of went more lore wise.
Okay.
So World of Warcraft.
Sure. Hey, if you're into the whole lore, absolutely.
Yeah, it's got a lot of lore, but then also like playing it and playing through the active story quest lines that you have to play through, like in Pandaria, going through and discovering the Pandaren race, and just playing through them being incorporated into the Alliance and the Horde, and being able to choose which side you want to go to rather than just, straight off starting.
Yep.
In one. Like there's the whole Jaina and Arthas storyline of Arthas being taken over by the Lich King and Frostmourne.
And that's in WoW
Jaina
as well, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. That started back in Warcraft. But,
Sure.
But yeah, it expands over a whole bunch of games, and
Yep.
Yeah.
So no, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's people who love WoW and are consumed, but to get caught up in the whole lore, that's fantastic. I think that plays a huge part of it as well. I think in a game like that, if you do get invested in orcs and humans and their storylines and stuff and how they're interacting and clashing throughout tons of games that they've had for years besides WoW, just World of Warcraft, and then WoW Online or whatever. Yeah. I've played WoW a little bit, World of Warcraft Online, and but to get it caught up in the lore, it was never an interest to me, but that's fantastic. Any other games?
I mean, there's my obvious Pokemon.
Of course,
but,
yeah.
To narrow it down to one, I wouldn't be able to narrow it down to one for story-wise for me, but for others,
I want to know some others. Yeah.
Yeah, for others, black and white Pokemon the
yeah.
storyline in that is the best one for a lot of people, because the main team that you're going against, the Team Rocket in it, they're trying to liberate Pokemon from humans and saying that humans shouldn't be battling with them and all of this.
Okay.
So they want to make Pokemon free again.
All right, so that's the black and white story?
Yeah, essentially.
Okay. No, that's cool. Anything else?
Not really. I mean, I liked what was it? The Last of Us?
Last of Us, yeah.
I didn't play it, but to watch it be played and that story being brought over.
It's a good game. Really is, and the story apparently is good. I haven't played part 2 yet, but I'd like to. Excellent. So for me, it goes way back to several, like, it goes back early, and then there's several games that I've thoroughly enjoyed the story. Of course, Legend of Zelda from the very first one. I've always loved the Legend of Zelda from the get-go. But the storyline, I can't say that the stories are so great because there's so many different stories and all that stuff. And eventually I just got to the point where I'm just playing the game and trying to beat it. So one of the games that stuck with me is the original Dragon Warrior, the very first one, where monsters have taken over the world and you got to find Sir Edric's armor and go conquer the last dragon. And I'm talking 1980 whatever. Dragon Warrior, those in the I believe UK call it Dragon Quest, but for us in North America it was Dragon Warrior. The music's awesome, everything, and they have like Dragon Quest 14 or something crazy like that now. Move ahead, I got to go with just recent. Yeah, well, let's go with the Walking Dead Telltale games, the very first one. Lee's right. There's several different choices, but it all basically just comes down to the same thing, and the same thing's going to happen. Just whether you have a different person with you or not. Overall, it's a linear story, but an amazing story nonetheless. It was such a powerful story, and I think it's been a couple of years since I streamed it again, because I did it a couple times, I believe. That game is just so flippin' good. Beautiful experience. And Mass Effect is phenomenal. That storyline is good, but the one that really, really got me is the Ghost of Tsushima, or Tsushima. Ghost of Tsushima is so amazing. And I think we talked about it last week. It was my game of last gen. And if you can just experience the story and how it all comes to a head at the very end, it is wonderful. And I can't wait to get the director's cut and get my kid to get his PS5 back from Cameron so I can put it in my room and just play it when I have a chance. But those are it. There's several other games, but what I found is myself is I just get into games to play them and not to really dive in to experience it.
Yeah, that's the thing I was finding. Like, I play a lot of story-based games,
Yep.
but to actually pay attention to the story rather than just going and doing what I need
Yep.
to and get it done to play the game, like, I don't pay attention a lot to what people are saying. Like,
I'm the exact same way, Lightsy.
Like, okay, like, you've got this 3 paragraphs of dialogue and 2 lines of it are what you actually want me to do. I'm going to read the 2 lines that you want me to do.
I'm the exact same way. After a while, I'll read a couple and then all right, let's go. And that was one of the things with Mass Effect, the new trilogy versus Andromeda. If you kept pressing, you're going to exit out of the conversation like, oh crap, I missed the very end. As opposed to Andromeda, you could keep pressing and then it goes to it automatically goes in the center. Then you have to choose which button after that or which angle. So. I'm the exact same way. I wish I had the time to really invest into a story and stuff like that, but it's Ghost of Tsushima did it for me, and when I was a kid, of course, Dragon Warrior and all that stuff. But yeah, that's that, and I'm so thankful to all the writers and all that stuff. Even Elder Scroll, I love Elder Scroll. Morrowind was great. Oblivion's amazing. Skyrim is top notch, but I found myself skipping through conversations after a while, and so, but not to take away, I just wanted to go and destroy stuff. And I was talking today, I'm playing Crackdown 3. I have no clue what the story's about. I couldn't care less because it's just the game looks terrible, feels terrible, blah blah blah. I just want to go and just kill people, and that's it. I'm good to go. That's it. So, any other games, guys, or any honorable mentions?
I guess Tales of Vesperia.
Okay, I've never played one of those.
For me, it's a JRPG.
Yep. Yeah, turn-based battle.
Yeah.
No, that's cool. And I guess an honorable mention would be Octopath Traveler. If you can get a chance to play that, it's so different because there's several different people that you can choose, and you start their story. And as you go along, you meet other people that you could have chosen, and they can go along with you, and you can just choose different routes, and it's just so different. Octopath Traveler, huge shout out for that. But I didn't beat it yet. I need to get back into it.
Oh, I guess Final Fantasy would be...
Yep. Here's the weird thing about that, is I went to I forget the name of the movie places. You go rent games and movies back in the day, and after a while you were able to buy them. So I bought the original first Final Fantasy when I was a little kid back in the 80s, and it came with a giant thick book, and I remember the book was so amazing. But I played that from beginning to end on the NES. I loved it, and I've never played a Final Fantasy since. How weird is that?
I know of the place that you're talking of, but I can't remember the name of it.
I think it's like Movie Land or Movie Time or something like that. It's down the boulevards on the north end of St. John. I think it was Movie
we had
Time.
One too. Like, it wasn't Blockbuster, but
No.
it was another rental place that we could go to too.
Now, Lightsy's in Nova Scotia, which is like 3 hours away from me. She's still part of the Maritimes, and Lee, of course, is overseas in the UK. Lee is the odd man out. So we're gonna Oh yeah, always never, Lee, never. We're gonna get to the end. We got a couple things coming here, but Lightsy's gonna talk about Pokemon Unite, and then she has a special surprise for everybody. So Lightsy, go ahead.
All right, so Pokemon Unite is something that I have been excited for since they announced it. They announced it for us last year and then gave us nothing.
Oh wow.
But it's finally releasing on July 21st, and it is Pokemon's first MOBA strategic team battling game for Pokemon. So it's going to be like League of Legends, where you can pick the champion Pokemon that you want to play as, and then you have your 3 lanes, and you go and score a goal on the other team in a certain amount of time. So it's got its own little differences from League of Legends and all of that. For anybody who plays it, logs in, it is a free-to-play game.
Okay.
It's on the Switch in July and will come out in mobile in September. For anybody who plays on the Switch, between the release date and August 31st, we'll get Zeraora as a free perk for playing within the release. Now, Zeraora is a mythical Pokemon that has been released in Sword and Shield.
Yep.
It's got its new movie that came out last year or something, all of that. But yeah, so I'm super excited that it's coming out.
Okay, cool. So where can we play this?
On the Switch. So it's free to play on the Switch.
Oh, free. Okay, so I would assume you have to buy. I would assume it's a pay to win sort of thing, possibly.
I think for costume wise, like in Fortnite, you get your skins and stuff that you can put on for
so
money,
definitely not pay to win then.
No.
I may have to try it. And you said it's the 21st, so 3 days
21st.
away. Oh, it's on Tuesday, as usual.
Tuesday.
Tuesday, no. That's other games. All right. Is it Tuesday? Wednesday? It's the 18th right now. I can't even think. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So it's on Wednesday. All right. Cool. Just remind me, and I'll have to download it. Can you download it now? Pre-download it?
I don't know. I haven't checked yet.
Okay, cool. Excellent. Lee, how about that? We'll have to do a stream of Pokemon MOBA or something like that.
I'm out of my depth with all these games.
Hey, you're a League of Legends streamer, dude. Come on now.
No, I'm not.
You're a League of Legends legend.
You already have that, the what is it, that ahead of the curve.
Yes,
of
way ahead of me.
MOBAs.
Yeah, way ahead of me, dude.
Yeah, that's one way of putting it.
Yeah, I like what you said there. Good stuff. All right, Lightsy, give us that beautiful surprise.
All right. So Friday, I went to EB and picked up a whole bunch of Pokemon cards.
Yeah.
And I got a pack right here that we're going to open. Now, I've already ripped it open because I was struggling.
Just before we started.
But it's not a weighted thing. It's not a weighted pack. Paul can testify that I opened it at the beginning before we started. So let's
I almost wish you had saved all the packs.
There was a lot though. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. All right. So first card here.
Yeah.
Wishy-washy.
Okay.
Oh, and a Lowland Rattata. Or
Alright.
Raticate, sorry.
So what are these cards from? You said Sun and Moon?
Sun and Moon, yeah.
Okay,
So this
cool.
would be Gen 8. We're
Okay,
on Gen
cool.
9 now. So it would have been the last gen of Pokemon
Nice.
before Sword and Shield. Experience share. A Lowland Diglett.
Oh, by itself. Uh-oh.
He's got his little hair up there. And Marini. I really like Marini.
Nice.
Crabrawler.
Oh, Eevee. There we go. I only know some of these.
And Sandygas.
Okay. Oh, is that a... That's
That's a hollow,
yeah.
double colorless energy card.
Ah. Whoa.
And Incineroar
Nice. We got one more?
with
Oh.
grass energy.
Nice. I love opening up cards. It's so much fun. Like even sports cards. I have tons of sports
That's
cards.
such
I love
a
it.
cute Eevee.
Yeah, that's
I
fantastic.
can't get over that.
There we go. All right, guys. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of the pack opening and what you liked and what you didn't like, all that stuff. And we are going to end it up with Lee's trivia. Lee, what do we got, sir?
Well, today we've got we've got the usual two, right? And okay, so
Hold on, before you get in, let me preface it with I'm at 9 points, Lightsy's at 9 points, Gaz is at 2. Now Lightsy's got her phone on. I think she's going to cheat here, Lee. I think she's going to try to search the answer. I'm just kidding.
posting the Eevee.
I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
So what is the highest grossing film based on a game? Right. So and they were all, I guess, fairly recent films.
Okay, yeah.
Like,
it would have to be. Mortal
yeah,
Kombat, the new Pokemon movie, all that stuff. All right, go ahead. What are the choices?
Assassin's Creed from 2016.
Didn't even watch that. Michael Fassbender, I believe.
World of Warcraft from 2016 as well.
Bored of that one. Lightsy, did you like that as a WoW fan? Did you like it? Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I wish there was more in it.
Sure.
Sonic the Hedgehog from 2020.
Oh.
And Detective Pikachu.
Oh, I loved
from
Detective. I loved both those last two.
Well, my original thought wasn't in there.
Oh, what was your original thought?
My first thought was Resident Evil.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
okay.
right. I mean, I guess it's like fifth on
All right,
like.
cool.
But
All
yeah.
right, I'm gonna go right out. And Sonic was amazing, and Detective Pikachu was fantastic. I'm gonna say it's that because it's Pokemon and Ryan Reynolds. That's the one I'm going with. Come on, baby. Come on.
What was the second option again?
Warcraft.
I'll go with Warcraft.
Oh, stop that, Lightsy. You better not be right.
It was Detective Pikachu.
Yay! All right, I'm up to 10 points, baby. All right, good stuff. What was the grossing for it? Did you get those numbers or no? It's all.
No, it was 433 million.
Nice. All right. Wonder how much it cost to
$1
make
million.
it.
So
Yeah,
I
oh, yeah.
that's like American dollars.
Oh, American dollars. Yeah, look how you said that. American dollars instead of pounds. Pounds. All right. What you got? Another one. What is it?
Okay. What was the first gaming streaming service? Like, yeah. I mean, it's a bit of an abstract question, but
No,
yeah.
I think I know this.
Okay. I mean, was it Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, or online?
What?
There's one called Online.
All right, so none of the answers I thought. So
Okay.
I was thinking the company that was before Twitch, the
Justin
name.
TV.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. Because couldn't you live stream games on Justin TV? And then they switched to Twitch?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
We'll say that Twitch was that. Yeah.
All right, well, I'll say Twitch.
Okay. I'll go with Twitch too.
It was online, on live.
It's called Online on Live?
No, on live. It's called On
On
Live.
Live. I've never heard of On Live.
It started in 2009. It's all one word.
On Live. It won't even give me On Live. It's showing results for online. Thank you.
Yeah. On Live, Wikipedia.
That's so weird. I've never even heard of that. It's not like I've been into streaming forever.
Yeah.
On Live.
Flagship product was its cloud gaming service, which allowed subscribers to rent or demo computer games without installing them on their device. Games were delivered to OnLive's client software as streaming video rendered by the service's servers, rather than rendered locally by device.
Huh. So you couldn't stream it to the internet though, right?
Yeah, that's a different gaming stream.
Oh, right,
That's
a receiving.
That's like Game Pass.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Well, yeah, it was Justin Live then. Justin TV.
You know, we'll just ignore that question. We're gonna keep it in, but we're just gonna ignore that one, and it's all good, Lee. It is all good. I love doing the trivia. Honestly, I think the trivia is fantastic. It would be cool just to have like a full live stream of game trivia. I think. That's a really good idea. Have several of us and just have this game trivia night.
No, I'd check out that
podcast,
day.
Jeopardy.
Oh, Lee, what'd you say?
I'd check out that day.
No, you could be the host. You could be the host. Guys, I think we're on to something. I think that would be in a marvelous day, evening. I would even try to do it in evening stream, which would probably make it super early for you, Lee. Maybe do it at supper time. I don't know. Awesome. All right, Lee. I'm gonna look into that. I'm thinking about that. Guys, we do need to start a movie podcast too. Anyways, but we're gonna get off track, off topic. Thank you so much, Lee. That was awesome. I do love the trivia. I'm at 10 points. Lightsy's at 9, and Gaz still at 2. Gaz. So yes, guys. Anything else before we end this? Lightsy, where can all these beautiful people that watch us, the millions that watch us, follow you?
Let's see. We've got Instagram and Twitter, Logan Ainsley. Facebook is just Lightsy. Let's see what else. TikTok is just Lightsy. For my Animal Crossing and Pokemon Snap that I haven't uploaded in a while is Lightsy.plays on Instagram. Okay. I think that's everything. Twitch is just Lightsy.
All of her stuff is in the description as well. And also, I got to put your TikTok in there, but a new Pharaoh TV TikTok I just posted yesterday.
There it is.
And Lee has to watch it because it's fun. So make sure you watch the latest TikTok because I had a good time making that. I made Caesar salad, is all I can say. So Lee, where can all of these wonderful people, the millions, find you?
The usual.
And where's that, Lee?
The usual.
Where?
The usual.
Right, but where is the usual?
Discord, YouTube.
Oh, they can't find you on YouTube.
No.
Stop that. You can find Lee at Discord. Lee is the Discord master, and the Discord links below. Lee needs to get at least Twitter. Hashtag Lee get Twitter. It needs to be a movement amongst the millions of fans that watch this show. So, Lee, thank you so much, dude. You need to get it. Also, make sure you watch the TikTok video. I made it just for you, Lee. I didn't, but I made it. I was making Caesar salad for my boys, and so yeah, just had a good time. So, all right, guys. Anything else? Cool. So here we go. Oh, so as for Lightsy, as for Lee, my name is Paul, and you guys take care.